I want to show you guys how to begin your use of the level 80 boost. You see here that I'm on a level 2 character in the starting area for my race. When I open my inventory, I will find that I now have a shared inventory slot that contains the level 80 boost item. Because this item can be found in the shared inventory slot, any character on my account will be able to see and use this item to enter the trial and consume it for the level 80 boost. This item cannot be moved from the shared inventory, and it will remain there until I commit to making a character permanently level 80. So now that I know what this item is, how can I start using it? When I double click this item, I'm going to see a window open that gives me the option to begin trial. Now that I have opted to begin trial on my character, I have been teleported to the Silver Waste as a max level character and placed in a conversation with Quartermaster Criswell. Quartermaster Criswell has been given information to share about the trial, the Silver Waste, and the default build that I'm using on my character. To touch specifically on the build conversation, let's say that for some reason I had been unsatisfied with my skills, traits, and perhaps had thrown away some of my armor. Quartermaster Criswell can help me get back into my default build state when I ask to have my traits or utility skills reset to their defaults, or when I let him know I need equipment. This can be done as often as I need while in the trial. Once I'm done conversing with Quartermaster Criswell, I'm going to be able to explore the Silver Waste without a time limit. My character will continue to be in the trial until I either make the boost permanent by opting to consume it and committing to it, or by opting to undo the boost. This decision can be made by either double-clicking on the level 80 boost item in my inventory and selecting one of those options, or by selecting one of the options from the prompt that appears when I attempt to leave the map. During the trial, I'm able to participate in almost all the content on the map. I can complete events, attempt the jumping puzzle, run the maze, or complete most of the map exploration objectives. However, hero challenges will be disabled while I'm in the trial. Similarly, any experience I gain will not count towards my level experience, but will instead go into mastery experience. Furthermore, I will not have access to any story content in my journal while in the trial, nor will I be able to transmute any skins onto the temporary armor I have in the trial. As mentioned a bit earlier, there are two ways to leave the trial. When I double-click the level 80 boost item while in the trial, an updated version of the window I saw to begin the trial will open. The options to undo or consume are shown as individual buttons along the bottom of the window. A list of the items I could receive if I consume the level 80 boost are listed in the body of the window. If I decide I don't want to make a choice at that time, I can hit cancel to close the window. Let's say that I decide that I want to undo the boost and leave the trial so I can level the character naturally again. To do this, select the undo boost button in the window. When I do this, the game is going to ask me to confirm, and when I do, it will remove me from the trial and return me to my race's home city. As you see here, I'm mostly reverted. My level is returned to what it was originally prior to entering the trial. Looking at my armor, all my temporary gear from the trial has been removed and I'm back in the armor I had been using prior to the trial. My skills that I hadn't learned prior to the trial have been returned to locked, and my traits have been reset. However, any items I gained from killing enemies and completing events are still in my inventory, and if I decide I want to return to the trial, I can double-click on the level 80 boost item in my inventory again, if I've not consumed it on another character, and re-enter the trial. So let's say that this character I'm on now is one I'm comfortable with and one to use on other maps as a level 80. While I'm in the trial, I will want to double-click on the level 80 boost, and this time I'm going to select consume from my options. I'm going to have to confirm my decision twice, committing myself to permanently making this character level 80 and marking that I have understood that this consumes the item. No other characters on my account will be able to enter the trial for this opportunity once this is used. Once I accept both confirmation windows, the level 80 boost item will be removed from my inventory. My temporary equipment will be replaced with a soulbound set for me to keep, and all my skills and traits that have been temporarily mine in the trial will now become permanently learned. Any equipment I had owned prior to being in the trial will now be returned to me. And finally, I will also receive a package of rewards for having consumed the item. As seen here, I now have an item called the level 80 boost package in my inventory, where the level 80 boost item once was located. In this container are several rewards for players who commit to using the level 80 boost. But hold up a moment. What happens to players who have level 80s but do not want to make new ones? but also want to free up the shared inventory slot. When I double-click the item as seen here, I'm shown only the option to consume or cancel. Using this on a character already at level 80 will grant you only this package of endgame rewards. I'm going to go ahead and click Consume, and then confirm through the following confirmation windows that I'm okay with permanently consuming the boost item on my level 80 character. Once I do this, the boost is permanently consumed, and I'm going to be teleported to the Silver Wastes. Thank you all for watching, and if you want to learn more about the level 80 boost, please visit guildwars2.com.